Hello, everyone. It's Leo, and it's time to talk about episode 43 from Wonderful PreCure. I am feeling very sad after watching this episode. I'm not going to be able to deal with Gao's story. I was not expecting to have Gao lore crumbs. Well, we got it, and girl, I'm heartbroken just by the little bit of story we had. And also, Zakuro's moments in this episode, they really crushed my heart. I can feel her pain. I know this was Lillian's moment, but Zakuro also stole the show to me. I loved it. It was really good. And I feel like this season is going to break my heart with the story. I am sure of it. So let's talk about it. We have Yuki arriving at school with a beautiful scarf together with Mayu. Everyone gets interested. Yuki is very funny in this episode. She was boasting the scarf and like, look, those are the only ones in the world. They're done by Mayu. I am the only one who has it apart from her. It's so funny. And when people were like looking at Mayu for her to knit scarves for them as well, the way she put the scarves in Mayu's face, that was great. But when Mayu opened the scarf to show her face, it was a big metaphor for her own path in Wonderful PreCure. I really loved that scene. I don't know if that was intentional or if that was just to be funny, but that ended up being a perfect metaphor for who Mayu is. She had to open the doors for herself. She was the one who fought for her own place, and she had to be the one to open the doors to be able to be who she is or who she wanted to be and to enjoy life with friends. And that is something that she could not have done before. And so we have basically the story of the episode, which is Mayu teaching the classmates how to knit. At the same time, we have Satoru trying to decipher more of the diary. And we also have Nico Garden in this episode. It's been a while. And girl, this episode was really pretty visually. Like, the human part of this episode was really pretty visually. The cured part, not so much, but the human part was really nice. I really loved how they used the colors. The colors of the yarn, girl. It was so pretty, and the scenes in Nico Garden were so pretty as well. The Mei Mei crumbs we got in this episode were amazing. Oh my god. I loved it. And, Mayu and Mei Mei, it was very nice knowing that Mei Mei can knit as well. It's very cute. It was so adorable. And then we get to see Mayu teaching everybody. And Mayu is very calm in teaching everyone. She puts her heart and soul in being patient, explaining every little detail. The way, obviously, we had Iroha talking, not really talking, but Mayu could understand just by Iroha's looks that she had a lot of passion because she was doing it for Satoru. And, she was rooting behind Iroha. It's very sweet, just shows how far Iroha's character has come. And at the same time, we have Zakuro looking at a couple that was wearing only one scarf, and then she saw the classmates learning how to knit, and she wanted to do one for Gao. That's when Yuki and Mayu see her, they go after her, and when they see that she's trying to knit, Mayu takes a step in and she herself wants to teach Zakuro how to knit. And we have Mayu the shipper appearing in this episode. She jumped in, she wanted to know why Zakuro liked or what she liked in Gao. And, Zakuro started explaining, she started telling her the details and the characteristics that she liked in Gao. She was very excited to share this kind of thing. But then Yuki jumped in and said, girl, Gao is doing a very bad thing to the animals. He is disrupting the animals. He's evil to the animals. And that's when we see Zakuro getting very angry because she does not agree to what is being said about Gao. And it's interesting to see the different perspectives and different points of view in Gao's actions because Gao is, for us that are seeing both sides, we can see how much the animals are suffering. by being turned into Garugarus and Gaogaons. We see that he disrupted a peaceful haven for animals, which was Nico Garden, but in the eyes of Gao himself and Torame and Zakuro, he is not an evil animal at all. His actions are not evil at all. Everything that he is doing is to protect the animals. And we can see that Zakuro really believes that he is a good animal with a huge heart. And look, I have to say that even though his methods might not be the best ones, I can understand where Zakuro is coming from. I can totally see it. When you have vengeance in your eyes, you get blinded and you don't see things perfectly. And I can understand Gao's actions. I mean, we don't know the full story, but I can kind of sense that this is going to be a tragedy. And Zakuro's perception of Gao is real as well, not only because she loves him and she idolizes him. That's not the only thing. We could see that she changed when she was actually talking about the real Gao, not the Gao that she's in love with. She became serious, and we don't see her like that. She is always very funny. She is comedic when she is being all in love with him or when she's screaming to the Gaogons that she creates. At that moment, she was real. And she said it, and what she said, she believes in 100%. And she was so angry that she created a Gaogon. She could see that there was no way that she could learn something from a human. There was no way she could reconcile with a human. They are enemies, as she says. And she creates a Gaogon, everyone arrives, and we have the battle scene. I think I didn't enjoy this battle scene that much. We had a very iconic Lillian moment. And the one thing I did not like about it is that I feel like I wanted to see Lillian a little bit more connected to what was going on with the Gaogaon. Because look, I loved that scene in which she was trying to think of a way to stop the Gaogaon, and she closed her eyes and she said, Kawakunai, Kawakunai, which is her own phrase. And everything is dark around her. And she reimagines herself as Mayu. She sees her own journey in front of her eyes. She sees her own journey and she sees everything that she has gone through to become the Mayu she is nowadays. And how she spun and weaved to create friendships. And everything that she does while she is spinning and while she's knitting, while she is crafting and creating, she puts so much emotion into everything. She puts her heart and soul into everything. There is always Mayu there in everything she does. And that was able to bring her what she wanted the most, which is friends. That only happened because she was brave enough to stand up and do what she wanted to do. But the one thing I didn't like is that there was this huge resolution that she herself came to, and the Gaogaon was just a simple Gaogaon. You know, I wanted something bigger. I'm not gonna lie. I wanted her to overcome and understand, realize this moment, maybe in one of the last battles of the season, maybe against Zakuro, for example. But no, it was just a simple Gaogaon. She didn't need to overcome that to stop the Gaogaon at all. But it was pretty, the way she was always recreating the Lillian net to show that you can reconstruct, you can recreate, you can start over. And when you do it, you become stronger, you become more powerful. And that I really enjoyed. And we could see Lin, oh my God, that's hard to pronounce. Lillian again. And she used Panda. We only saw that in Nyami. I mean, at least when she used it solo. And this time we see Lillian. Very cute. Not as iconic as Nyami though. And then they purify the crab. We see human Nico after that. And then at the end, we see Zakuro and Mayu. I love the symbolism on that scene. We see Zakuro on one side of the river and Mayu on the other side of the river. And Mayu's like, if you want to knit, if you want to learn how to knit, I'm here for you. And I'm ready to help you whenever you want. And she gets all angry and she's ready to leave. But then we see Nyami, and it's nice that we have Mayu, but we do not have Yuki. We have Kyo and Nyami joining in. And I think it's just another symbolism of that scene because Mayu is there with an open heart. She doesn't need to be let in. She doesn't need her powers. She does not want to fight. She does not want to protect anything with her powers. She just wants an open heart moment with Sakura. But Nyami is different. Nyami is not there to reconcile. Nyami shows a side of trying to understand Gao because everything Gao is doing in Nyami's eyes is wrong and he is hurting the animals. But she is saying that he's a good, not person, I was going to say person. He's a good wolf. Why? I want to understand that. But she's also ready to fight back. She's also ready to protect. She's also ready to enter in combat. I think this differentiation that they made between the characters was really cool. And then Sakura leaves. She does not want to talk. She trusts Gao 100%. And then Satoru comes in and he tells the story that he learned from the diary. And I did not mention that before because it happens earlier in the episode, but let's mention it now. The story is Subaru and the wolf were being close friends, and they were so close that the wolf started bringing other wolves from the pack to be with him. And those other wolves, it's a big wolf and two smaller wolves. They're probably Torame and Zakuro, I believe. I don't know. They might not be, but that's what I thought when I watched it. And we see that Subaru was having a good relationship with the wolf, but then the other villagers saw and they got very angry. They threw stones at Gao, and Subaru could not stay with the wolf. The other villagers did not accept it. And he says that Subaru says in his diary that the wolf was his only friend. Is there no other way for us to become friends? Is there no other way of humans and wolves to live together in harmony? And that's where the story ends. I found it so heartbreaking. I found it so sad. Seeing Gao was doing nothing and stones were thrown at him. I understand humans being scared of wolves. I can totally understand that. But knowing Gao's position in that scene, in his friendship with Subaru, it really broke my heart. But we have to see the side of the wolves as well. Most of the times, humans are invading the space of the animals. We are invading the space of the animals, so it's understandable that they are angry at us. Nico-sama notices that the wolf is Gao, and she talks to Satoru, and Satoru shares this story with everybody else at the end of the episode. And then we see Mayu wanting to learn more about both Gao and Zakuro. She wants to help Zakuro, and she wants to understand more about them. That is such a great resolution. I feel like the wonderful team, is now so connected with the villain side, and I feel like this connection is going to become way stronger for us to enter the last arc of Wonderful, probably at the end of December, maybe January. We don't really know when it's going to happen, but it's going to happen. And I am a little scared because this episode really already broke my heart. I can only imagine what's going to come in the future. We know that the wolves were all killed, so it's nothing good. Oh my God, I'm so scared. And then at the end, we see Nico-sama. And I thought that Nico-sama knew that that wolf was Gao already. She didn't, and she discovered by reading the diary. And there's also the fact that Nico-sama is now curious about Gao as well. What happened in the past? Nico doesn't know either. So girl, this makes me curious because I thought that Nico-sama probably knew what happened and between Gao and Subaru, and she was not sharing because of a reason that we don't know. But she doesn't as well. She's in the dark just like us. Even though I feel like there's the creation of the Mirror Stone that she was part, and we don't know that part yet, like clearly. We just know the legend. So, girl, I'm curious. Anyways, next week, that episode is also going to break my heart, I believe. We're going to see one of the three amigas with her dog, who is 16, if I'm not mistaken. So it's like an older dog, and they're probably going to reference, humans that lose their pets, their friends, and their family. Because pets are friends and family. So is Wonderful breaking our hearts now until the end of the season? Not going to be easy. Anyways, babies, this is it for now. I'm going to take this little time to thank the members of the Magical Cinnamon channel. If you are a member, thank you very much for your support. And if you've watched up until now, thank you so much as well. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye-bye.